our country is acting in our name, and I found that when I went to another country. And you wonder why a lot of other countries don't like Americans. They don't trust us. They don't like us. We use our power and our bullying tactics and all our money and weaponry to kill people without being held accountable for it. Today, I'd like to hold them accountable for it.
As far as the charges against you, how are you going to defend yourself?
By speaking the truth.
Legally, I guess, are you going to have to do anything, as far as doing that? I mean, speaking the truth is one thing. What are you going to say? Because I'm speaking the truth, then you can't arrest me for. You see what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. Again, I'm still going to just speak the truth. I do have legal representation helping me through the legal process because this is the due process, something that the drones don't work under. But we are in the legal system here in America, and I am working through the due process. However, if that happens, that I have to go to jail for what I believe is the truth and what I believe I'm standing for, then I'm willing to go.
What are the worst things you saw in what drove you so passionate?
I felt the terror and the fear. We had gone to the tribal lands, and I felt the terror. And it was, I can't imagine living under that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And when I came back, and I got into my apartment when I came back home, and I flipped on the lights, and I just couldn't imagine living like that. We don't have to live like that. And to think that that's okay because we're fighting terror, but we're creating terror. So the circle continues. I just couldn't even imagine that. The terror that I felt there was amazing. And to look in their eyes and say, it doesn't matter to me, I can come home and walk away from it, I can't do that.
But taking back to 2013, when you were arrested along with more than 2 dozen others, what do you remember from that day? What was it like when they come up and say that you're under arrest?
You know, it was almost 2 years ago, and I just never really thought about it. I did what I felt in my conscience was something that I needed to do. I made almost a promise to my daughter when she was young and saw, that starving kids in Ethiopia that they would flash on the screens on television and tug at your heart. And she saw those, and she was, Mom, you've got to do something. And all of a sudden it came back to me. It's like, that's my daughter looking in my eyes saying, Mom, do something. You've got to do something. And me, I'm just a regular person. I don't have any power. But this is the best that I can do with who I am, was to lay down in the road, hoping that somebody will pay attention. That's all I can do.
No one's bad. They haven't been to make a difference so far. There's been several actions that face and everything along those lines. Did you ever get to the point where nobody's listening to you?
Well, the civil rights took 10 years to come to fruition. How long did women have to fight to get the right to vote? Yeah, we're going to still keep fighting. I'm not going to stop. It's going to keep fighting until maybe someday we break through. Maybe someday people will wake up and realize that the drones are being sold to all different countries. Where the Hancock is actually training people from other countries to operate the drones. It's like when the drones start flying everywhere, maybe then they'll start realizing. Unfortunately, hopefully it won't be too late.
You said the misdemeanor charge comes with up to 12 months in prison. Is that right?
It does.
If you have to go for 12 months, is it worth it in the end? How do you?
It would be more worth it if I could save a life by doing it. If we could trade a life, I'd be glad to go to prison for a year. You spare that child's life.
When you talk about the fear, do you hear the drones or people are just afraid that they're going to be, I guess tell me what the fear is. You say there's fear, but I guess where's it coming from?
Well, the fear is that they say that the drones are a very precise tool. However, when we were in Pakistan, the acting U.S. Ambassador, Dick Holman, visited our delegation. And when asked if we would be targeted, he said we would not be targeted, but he couldn't guarantee anything other than that. I go, so what does that mean? If we happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, that we could be victimized also? That's what the terror was. You don't know. It's a tool that's used to kill people. If you happen to be next to the person that's targeted, you're collateral damage.
Talk a little bit about the background. As you said, you went to Pakistan and what you saw there, but what made you then go to Pakistan?
I only went to Pakistan once. participate, and it's just, life happens. I mean, you just have to be in one place, and hopefully your eyes are open, and that's where your journey begins. That's where my journey began.
Who did you go with, an organization or group? Is it just?
I joined the Code Pink delegation.
So will you be telling your story, obviously, it might stand with fear to the judge? Is that the story you say you're telling?
I hope to be able to present it, correct? That was my intent to be there.
And the thing that you're going to say is you think is going to make it, let's say, drop charges. What do you think the response?
Well, I will be presenting my case to a jury, so it will not be just the judge, it will be the jury that will be listening.
Well, other ones have been judged, the judicial, haven't they? So is this the first jury one?
No,
No.
we've had a number of jury trials.
Okay, it seems like I want to get the ones with the judges.
Oh, the bench trial, right, yeah.
So you think it's easier to take your case to 6 people?
It seems that the cases have been brought in this court for the last few years, and they seem to have turned a blind eye with it. To them, it's a broken record. But with each case that's brought, it seems to have different meanings to different people. Everybody brings their viewpoint, what triggers them. So hopefully, again, if we keep pushing, maybe we can break through.
Is there anything I have? Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Good luck. Thank you.
Good job, good job.
We're talking to you also.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, and these folks, I mean, and Joan.
Yeah,
Do you guys supporters or family
No.
friends?
Well, I think that
James was with me.
Were you at the
I was the
rally
one-
last year?
I was the one that was sentenced to the 1 year in jail.
Which
My grandmother.
okay,
Last
from-
summer, from February 2013, actually.
Okay.
James and
James was
Bonny
with me in
were
Pakistan
together.
also.
One of the 30,
And
one of the
So
30.
you actually served a year?
I didn't serve a year, I've only I was served 1 week.
Okay.
And I'm out on appeal.
Okay, so we'll talk to, do you need me to flip?
Okay. Okay, it's kind of scary, but.
Well, I'll talk to you guys separately, so I'll talk to you about
Okay, all right. and then-
see how it works out. Alex. Rissa. There's an Alex Dunbar that also works with us.
Okay.
Let me know when you're all set, Q. Start with your first and last name.
Marianne Brady Flores.
How do we spell?